Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon.
Absolutely, I have confidence in the other members I'm talking to on the other side who are remorseful and want to go by the law. But listen to this, right? How can you take lawmakers and hold them hostage like little kindergarten children in one location? You bring them to where you carry them back. You bring them to where you carry them back. You know, I mean, my colleagues, man, they got to try hard. Whether you elected for that, you know, to go be hold up. Then the question is, who's paying the bill and all of that? So leave the hotel, go to your house with your family, get up in the morning, come to work, and you'll be collecting your signatures.
Those on the speaker side that's in charge of some strategy work. We never counted 30, we always counted 29.
Why?
So,
you got the deputy speaker?
Because we knew he was on our side a long time ago. It was clear. We knew he was on our side. And he is my uncle, you know, my mom is from local. So I was always clear with him that he should come out and show his hands. He has come out to show his hands. And we know our number stays 29. So anytime they were reporting, you know, 30, I say, just stop the thing. We are 29. And guess what? Tomorrow and the next week, you're going to see us claiming from 30 to 31.
We are still confident.
Information hearing here today. Of course, the public hearing. Mr. Modak, welcome to the media, sir. But what do you make of the public hearing here today? It's been pushed to next Tuesday. Okay, so the former Commerce Minister.
I just saw betrayal, and I think it's at a higher level. Under our constitution, whenever the speaker is in country, the deputy speaker is nobody but somebody to assist, right? As any other administrative function. So to see the deputy speaker leading a renegade group, leaving the legitimate group, I think it's an affront to us, right? As the legitimate lawmaker. I mean, and I'm using the word carefully. There is no way that we can have our own chimo, and then you go to a place that is not written for each chimo. That place is a joint chimo whenever we having a program, meaning when we meeting with the Senate, that's why they call it joint chimo, for a bigger program. So I think today what we are experiencing is something that is troubling for our country. And I think the word
and seeing everything that is being done, more especially the decision from the deputy speaker. But
distinguished colleagues, honored guests, I'd like to say as the presiding officer of today's session, I have come to extend my appreciation to the acting presiding officer in our absence, and to you colleagues, the majority block this session. We have acknowledged majority member of this section, acknowledge your request on many occasions, requesting my presence as second and not equal. That we stated to you in our communication, it was still no defiance to disrespect the function of this body. We needed to have done some consultation to be able to make some decisions. As you may be aware, we have been in the middle of the deal of this place. We have thought it wise to listen to all sides of the device. For the last 2 weeks, we have been engaged with our colleagues on the other side. Today, I have come to pay respect to you, our colleagues, members of this Congress party. With the respect and deference I have been given me, I hope my presence here today will help us to work, especially in resolving this situation, in my view, to be in the best interest of our people, to be in the best interest of the oath that we took to protect and defend. Distinguished colleagues on the other side, we are colleagues who are going to work for the next 6 years in the interest of our people. There will be disagreements, but it is my anticipation that our disagreements, should not further divide us into the Liberian people's business. I have come to call on you, and I like the presentation made by our colleagues, Chairman of Judiciary, respecting the separations of powers, understand the authority of the executive, understanding the authority of the legislature as well as the judiciary. We encourage all of us to give respect, as it is being said, to proceed with a team of lawyers representing this body in adherence to the request of the Honorable Supreme Court. Lastly, distinguished colleagues, to understand our issues, you have some valid concerns. It is my hope again that we all come together, respecting the rules and procedure of the Honorable House of Representatives, in addition to the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, and call for due process. If any of our colleagues is accused, we must adhere to due process, and that colleague will be given due process. I hope we will take emotions, come together. All of the both parties, we are encouraged to come together and invoke the spirit of due process so that we can remedy out the situation. And once we come together, we will do the Liberian people business. Having said that, distinguished colleagues, I'd like to say thank you so much. Hats off to you as we continue to do the Liberian people business. Thank you.
Dish out money to lawmakers to attempt to remove the Speaker of the House of Representatives is an action that we we seriously condemn. And we want to so today we have just concluded a very important meeting with the caucus chair, the deputy speaker. And we in the strongest term condemn the attempt of the Joseph Barker government to infuse money at the national legislature to try to remove the speaker. We are thankful that that particular activity was aborted today, and we are constructively engaged with our lawmakers. We are warning our lawmakers to stay clear of this attempt to remove the speaker, because the speaker was elected, and the CDC fully support the speaker as we speak. So we're going to be working along with the leadership of the CDC and the national legislature to undo whatever they are attempting to want to show seditions.
They gave you from now until Tuesday to jump their side. If not, you hold yourself to be.
It's part of the legislative proceedings, so we're going to look at all of the mechanisms. So we are ordered today. We want to see the majority in the strength. And in legislative politics, where the majority is somewhere, there are some there are issues. If they are not right, there are other ways that we can solve it. So we have a responsibility as a leadership to see how we are going to mitigate.
You want to get a news update, my brother to spoon.
And nigga slide, ain't seen it.
Information hearing here today. Of course, the public hearing. Mr. Moda, welcome to the media, sir. But what do you make of the public hearing here today? It's been pushed to next Tuesday. Okay, so the former commerce minister has declined on making any comment on this. Let's see if we can take words from the former, that's the LRA Commissioner General, Commissioner James Dober Jala, on this particular issue. Commissioner, welcome to the media, sir. So, Minister, what do you make of the postponement of the hearing today? The folks are saying that you didn't come with a prepared text. Okay, so the commerce.
And making dance, and we were all a dance. And you do any bar, we will tell you. They can't do me nothing. In the sense about his frustrated at all. The guy is ratting, a brain ratting for the Starway air at the.
So you for the United Party, they have done this allegation that
you know, all the things that I hear, I can be crying.
Why you get crying?
United Party, you don't know what would take who come from. And the board doing something, you can go join them. You don't know where we come from. I want government, they were the good president. You want honor man. You want the wow. United Party, they may hear a name for nothing. But I know where we coming from. You don't know what will not be something for United Party for 2 years out now. We're going to make a get all the paper. Why you get on money and you can obey him? You want on money, the government? That was the Joseph Nima Baga. Don't scare nobody. You next to call and say today. Don't scare nobody. No, I go to say today. Any power he say, you see him talking. Nothing can happen to him in the country. Any power he see. Don't be scared. Anybody don't fear nobody. He said, when I talk so, they will say that. You're the person for the country. No one go to talking to you. I interpret that baby. He came in way. That you came in United Party. Johnny pay Accra on you. The laptop. The laptop in the thing. Let the thing finish. That United can face the country. They are being nothing in the country. It will make the country build. And see, we never go nowhere. Many things going on. You know how the boy can call me also? I say, we not baby. I almost put on my. They country, my people, who want they country to be built. I want the country to be in the my people. Oh, my people. The boy want me on shit. That's the kind of way today. I hear no advice. I hear no advice. No, I go any minister, I can go there to advise. If you give me money, I will not refuse it. But I'm not going there for money, baby. I'm going there to advise. I said, the papa here, that papa, but I bring. The papa thinking on their content. You allow, be on the papa. That's where they content. That's the content.
Yeah. Tuto spoon. You want to get a news update? Tuto spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba.
Okay, folks, I'd like to welcome everyone tonight to another edition of the program. This is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. We are here again, of course, live on Spoon FM 107.5. We are live on Fabric 101.1 and several frequencies across the country. Many thanks to our partner radio stations across Liberia that are always relaying the show. Thanks to you as well, our valued listeners, those of you across the world who always make up time to be here with us. We appreciate every single person making your contributions in the comment section, whether sharing the program every time we come on. We appreciate you a lot. Let's look forward to another great show tonight. It's going to be a very interesting and engaging edition of the Late Night Show. Please share the program as you come on. Go to your Facebook, your YouTube, your Messenger, your WhatsApp group chats. Let's share the program tonight. I see my dear sister Lavette Bondo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yaya Vasiki Davis, Francis Red. Please share the program tonight as you come on. Masa Riggs is here tonight. James Abokoko. Abokoko. I hope I got that name right. Natana Cahill is here tonight. D. Franklin Bondo has joined us. Thanks to everyone. Jeff The Change, thanks for joining us tonight. Samuel Gate, we appreciate you. Please share the program as you come on. Joetta Dwe has joined us as well. Harry Do Tapla Jr. is here tonight. That's Tape. Yeah. Harry Do Tape. Thanks for joining us tonight. Protem Song. Yes. Hilton Jolly, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to everyone. Please share the show as you come on. Let's have a great conversation tonight. It's going to be very interesting. Share the program. Just do us a favor. Share the show in the different on the different social media handles. Let me bring our co-moderator Moba Zoka on tonight. Moba, it's good to have you on. Thanks for joining us. I see you had a new haircut. You're all ready for the weekend.
Yeah,
Usually easy for you. I don't know why, but for some reasons, you overdo things on the weekend. But it's a good thing that we're here tonight. I hope you have a cup of coffee. I hope you're not coming on with. But anyway, thanks for joining us tonight, Bob. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Today I was just a little bit busy. I'm all work today. I went.
You off work?
Yeah, I was all work today, like from this morning all the way. Like went Philly, did some stuff. Actually, that's where I go shopping and stuff for my entire Monday. Food stuff and stuff in Philadelphia, and and I got my barber over there who always whenever I get the opportunity to go Philly, I cut my hair and stuff. And
is it a free cut or something?
What?
Is it a free cut or something?
Nothing free in America, my brother.
No, listen. Uh, okay, so let me put it this way. How did I learn how to barb, to cut hair? So uh in the community, somebody here push it, they say, oh, hey, man, I want to cut my hair, man. Somebody say, oh yeah, I can cut. I can cut. Oh, you
Can't
can
even learn
cut.
where he.
So So gradually you start learning how to cut. The first time one people cut my hair, I will not call him. He can follow the show regularly.
Make it thinking where he.
The man straight in the middle of my hair, all the way skin, and then not one place or multiple places. And then he brushed it like he did it thinking that when he brushed over the hair, everything will, cover up, but nothing. The man
Wow.
hair on that hair for long.
The man
Over
get
an
you, Papa,
hour,
Papa, ear, little play.
yeah. Over an hour, the man trying to face things. He just can't make it.
Wow.
Then finally, he said, "Yeah, I finished, man. Yeah, I'm picking your hair. Yeah,
And
my
when
hair.
you went to end it,
So I said, let me see the mirror. He said, no, don't forget about the mirror. How will you call somebody hair? It's really looking in the mirror. I said, so let me see. I just want to see how you did it. He said, no, forget the mirror. Picking your hair good. The only thing, just go now, you get ready. I said, huh? He said, okay. So he turned around to wipe the comb he used, and then I took the mirror. Look, Mara, when I look on my own, when I look at
lawyer, who here? You think about that? Damn, what's this?
different compartments, different lines that were not
I
even.
want to call Papa, little play.
Yeah. So I said, but I seen something here. They play a low, they all play high, they all play low. He said, no, just forget it. When you go home, you brush it, it will lay down, it will fall. Welcome to the show.
But I want to call my brother Raymond today while I went Philly, but I was so busy until I ran all the time. But I read it, and let me say this, right? Whenever you go Philly, you call Raymond ever ready. Even the matter where the mail tells him, my man, there was for me 2 minutes or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll be with you, and I'll allow the mail be with you. I was really want to call him today, but all the time, because I went on a
Man, that's
stuff.
deleted.
Yeah. But remember
You
my
don't
brother,
call
I
the
really
man,
want to
you
hit
left
him
the
up today.
place already, because you had a good haircut. But if you are like me, who had that haircut, who had that haircut where I was promised that when I go home and brush it will lay down everything.
I mean, where you go cut your hair? Yeah. But next thing it was, I was a little busy today. I spent like 2-3 hours. Let's say almost 4 hours in Philly running after some stuff and things. But everything was done perfectly. I tell the Almighty God, thank you. But I thought I really wanted to call my brother Raymond today. I was really wanted, because I had my dollar went, so I went for Raymond to see my dollar and stuff. But I forgot.
Whenever my brother comes in, you don't feel to touch base, and we always catch up. So
no, that's true.
Yeah,
so
you always do that. So today I can understand, my man.
Yeah. I was busy.
Normally we always catch up. So if you didn't catch up today, that's okay.
Yeah.
The
moment I touch the brotherly love states, I always hit you up first. I'm like, oh my brother.
But thank you very much, Moba. Thanks a lot, Moba. It's a great thing that we hear.
So I want
tonight.
to ask you, Nelson, how did you call your hair? You call your hair with comb and blade? Or you use the clipper?
Let me know ash.
What clipper? I'm talking about 2000 what? 2001 or 2001 or 2 business. No, what clipper? A comb and blade. They may use a comb and blade.
But many persons good at doing that, including myself. I mean, I used to comb and blade my hair.
For whatever reason, I will never forget that haircut. No. Why?
When you ever saw the man cutting hair before you sat on him?
The no free thing. What can happen? A free thing.
And interestingly, he saw me. He said, "Mami, come, your hair too bushy, man. Come, me call your hair." So the way he said it, I was relaxed. I was convinced. I said, "Oh yeah, everything is yeah." He said, "Oh, all right, professionally, man. Bring the stuff. Put it around me. He put everything around me and." You ready? I said, "Oh, okay. Monday I'm going to school. A very nice haircut. But you?"
So what you did after? You went to somebody else or what?
Who else?
The man
Who
not
else?
supposed
You
to
know?
clear the whole thing off.
I got the booking of my life
Oh, you went to
throughout
school with
that
it?
time at school.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so so what happened is after that period, after that time, I too started to do it to other beginning too. And then
You start paying your debt.
I started no, but as I was doing it, making mistakes, gradually I started learning how to barb and
But how the man lay on your head, on your head too. Yeah, here was an example for the man.
But guys, that's just for a startup. We want to welcome everyone to the show tonight. Thanks to you guys for joining us. Yes, let's hope we can have a great conversation here tonight. Lots of things happening across the country. Just last evening, we were having a discussion around the communication, the letter from the CDC chairman, Jangako, dragging the president, dragging the government, everything that's happening with the removal of the speaker. Today, there's a response from the majority bloc. They responded to that communication. We're going to put the response up today. And yes, we're going to have the response up. But they are saying that wherever that information came from, wherever the CDC or the CDC chairman got that information from is wrong, is misleading. That at no time the government of Liberia or the Unity Party ever spent a dime, not even to mention the president, to get the speaker out. So we're gonna go more into that. War and Economic Crimes Court. Is this a restoration movement for the War and Economic Crimes Court? Are we about to see the process, being re-energized? Are we about to see the whole conversation about War and Economic Crimes Court in the country being reawakened? Since in fact, it was swept under the carpet it has been swept under the carpet for some time now, based on some of what we're saying, some of what happened, the following the oration from Dr. Raptel. The next thing we saw was that the president took action. The head of the War and Economic Crimes Court was being changed. It was open for folks to apply. There was some vetting done. Committee was set up to vet individuals who have the capacity, who have the who are equipped enough to take on that tax, who have a clean record, who have a very clean record, the integrity or whatever to run the War and Economic Crimes Court in the country. So finally, the president has made a decision there. Talking about Councillor Babu has been appointed by the president to chair that particular body. So what's going to happen next? What are we about to see? And we're going to have some conversation around that. And the next thing is that the president has taken a decision on this issue that have been going for some time now at the LDEA. He has finally relieved the folks from the LDEA, and the president has dismissed the 3 suspended officials of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. What this means is that we're about to see additional appointments being made in that area. What should we look out for? And the decision, the timing. Those individuals were dismissed in June. And here we are in October. No, we're talking about November now. Several months after, they are being dismissed. And of course, a lot of other issues across the country. We're going to have those different conversations. Let's hope we can have time to engage. Um, there are reports that Thomas Farrar, the deputy speaker, is engaging. He's moving out into the camp of Councillor Kofa. There are reports that he's trying to get some of the folks on board. Where we stand now is very critical. At the moment, the speaker, Councillor Kofa, needs he needs 9 persons, or let's make it 8 persons, to do the Liberian people's business, to get a quorum. You need at least 8 persons to get a quorum. The folks on the other side who are seeking to have the speaker removed need just 5 persons. They're looking for 5 additional signatures. It was for the 3, the deputy speaker joined them, so now it's for the 4. They need for the 9 signatures to remove the speaker. So at the moment, we are looking for just 5 persons to join them. Who's going to get ahead? Are we going to see the speaker and his team getting the 8 or 7 persons needed to do business? 8 or 7 persons versus 5 persons on the other end. Who's going to be dropping? Who's going to be crossing over? Which of the two sides is going to see more members coming on board, or going to lose more of her folks already, on their side toward the other camp? So this is something that's ongoing, because next week is going to be a very engaging one with the budget coming from the executive, the Ministry of Finance. There was an appeal for an extension, additional 1 week, which will be on the 8th of November. Today is November 2. So by Thursday of next week, it is expected that the budget will land at the legislature. Now, it depends how it goes. If the deputy speaker and his folks and the folks on the majority bloc can get the 49 signatures and remove the speaker before that time, it means that they are going to be recognized as the legitimate body to whom the draft national budget of 2025 will be presented. If they cannot do that, the speaker right now doesn't have a quorum, but he's still being recognized. You saw the communication from the Ministry of Finance was being addressed toward the speaker, despite he doesn't have quorum to do the Liberian people's business, but he's still being recognized. He has the gavel. And of course, his colleagues, some of them are willing to sit in the chambers and have session under his watch. So it's going to be an engaging one. As part of the process, folks are reaching out. Representative Thomas Farrar, the deputy speaker, is reaching out. And I saw a lot of people hitting on him so hard, but this is where we are. Plus a lot of other things happening. The president is making decisions. Just yesterday, there was what you saw, the suspension of the folks from the LRRC. Now you're seeing the final dismissal of the folks from the and a lot of other things going on. Sorry, I want to make an adjustment, but let's do our opening, then we can officially start the show. Starting with you, Mobile, and then we can do Raymond.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to our listener, and thank you to my brother Raymond for appearing tonight. Look, Nelson, we said it before, and we will always say, look, this president is, he mean business. Like, I always say in usual Falcon voice, like, Wakolokpo. He move. They say he will laugh best. And sometimes they say slow nickel is better than fast down. I think you understand what I mean.
No, I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand what you mean.
But people who on the
comment. How can a slow nickel be better than fast down? No.
Listen, I say fast nickel. No, listen now. You misquoting my words. I said fast nickel. Fast nickel faster than slow down. Hey, my man, Fast nickel is faster than what? Slow down. Meaning the
No,
nickel when you get it, this thing now when you get it business, you selling it $2. And somebody I seen business, somebody selling it $5. Everybody will come to you because you selling it fast. The money less. So people buy mostly, most from you than the other person who's selling it for $5. So I'm just making a scenario.
Okay,
Why
slow nickel better than
fast
fast
down?
nickel better than slow down. You know?
Yeah, fast nickel better than slow down. So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say, you know, we all beat on the president, and we all wanted him to take decision when we were on the show and telling him you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do that one. But I realized that I come to realize that this president is taking decision on his own, and it based on his ideas and the time he been in service for, and he understands how government work. How so based on that, he working closely with his idea and making sure that things work in the proper way of the Liberian people. Now, we saw the dismissal. I can say dismissal because when the president suspend you, he dismiss you. No matter who you are, he dismiss you. We can say and say and say. Now you can see a DA boss, they are out. They are out. The fighting guys and our big brother Kuma out. Now we get the new LDA boss. So just to tell you that he's doing well. The
Thank you.
president is doing well. We shouldn't come here and buy all the president. But look, I will always say that Eugene Falcon said it before. He said the president moved very slow but sure. Pokolokpo. Pokolokpo. He watching, he observing. We'll come here with bash on him. But end of the day, you'll go sit down in your room and analyze and put all the social media talks together. And then you be like, okay, you know what? Let me analyze and let me see my let me get my investigation on my personal investigation and see what the people are saying. And finally, we all here today. The triple RC is out, and we're happy because they were over there for their own benefits, not the interest of the Liberian government and the refugees that came from Ghana. Today they are out. They will never come back. They will never taste power. If I'm lying, let it out the former DA boss or the bosses.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I want
Let
to say
me
this, and we will dive in more as time comes. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you very much. Josh, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. And let me move over to Raymond. Raymond, you're open.
Thank you, Nelson, for having me. It's a privilege to be here.
Well, good evening, fellows, and good evening, good morning, whatever time it is, to all of our audience the world over. There are a lot of things, as you said, Nelson, happening in our country. But I would like to use this occasion to re-emphasize a point that I've made, and even during the elections, period. I said that whoever's going to win the presidency and take over from the CDC-led government, based on the issues that they have caused to that country, going to have a terrible stat, a rough landing, and we can witness and see it. But I'm optimistic after 2 years that our country would take shape. If this president and this government cannot take shape after 2 years, then they're going down to as other previous government didn't succeed. But currently, with the current situation, with the holes that were dug in terms of governance and the functionality of the government, it's terrible. That anyone coming in will have a terrible start, a rough landing. But I believe if this president and this government can make the right decisions and learn fast, we'll be able to get a humble beginning. It's not going to be all big. It's not going to be all as we might anticipate. But if it can get started well, progress can be made going forward. The small gains can be added up, and gradually, on the right footing, on the right foundation, we can be able to begin the rebuilding of our country. For too long, for so many years, with the vast resources we have, hasn't been able to work for the Liberian people. As the result, our country is still among the least developed countries in the world. We do not have basic services in our country. People do not have constant electricity. People do not even have pipe-borne water, safe drinking water. We do not have roads infrastructure. Nothing we can talk about that the world today in the 21st century that looks like a functioning nation. We're far away from it. But because of all of the things that we are deprived of, you gave us the courage, you gave us the energy, you gave us the desire to fight harder so that we can come onto par, so we can come up to speed, so we can look like a functioning people. We have too much. God has blessed us with too much. But because of bad decisions, bad administration, bad leadership, we are where we are. But that's not what we should accept. And whoever becomes our government, those who serve in the government, it's their responsibility to right these wrongs. And that lies right now on the lap of this current president, Jose Yima Bwaka. So, as much as we would like to commend you for some of the decisions you made, but we want to urge you to be faster in your decision making because time is of the essence. The Liberian people have suffered too long. We know it can be a quick fix, but you got to see urgency and treat this as an emergency. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Josh.
Thank you, Nelson, and thanks and hi to our listeners. And it's a privilege to be here, like I said. But this morning I was sleeping. It's early morning here. It's I think about 10 o'clock, and I was just listening to. I was listening to Spoon this morning as well, and then listening to my colleagues here, and I can just feel the sheer hypocrisy in what they're saying, and it's I I don't know. My parents used to say, usually that George, the church building is not the church. And the people that go to the church are the church. And then when I went to high school, my religion teacher told me the same thing. And I've been led to believe that, yes, of course, it's true. Because the building is just the edifice. It's just the place that the church goes to meet. It's not a church. So I also transfer in the political sphere. And I say, the ministries are not the government. The people that occupy the ministry are the government. And we all know that and want to believe that, right? But then my brothers will come in and say, President, we are destroying the governance of the country. And because of that, this government is going to take this government a long time to fix the governance of what did George Weah destroy? If I look, George Weah built more ministries than any president I've known. We know that now NSA have their own place. Even NACO were building their own place. And NOCAL, were building their own place. We have Freeport, the Freeport Authority, the Port Authority have their own infrastructure. We a few more. We got more ministry leaving rentals to be in their own place. And our brothers will come on here and every day tell us that President, we are destroying the governance of the country, even though the people that come are the government. They put their processes in place. But even though President Weah is not there, they still want to carve the blame on him to make sure that their government goes scot-free. And I was listening this morning to somebody on Spoon, one of the ladies that I usually listen to Glendy. Glendy said the people have to help the government cannot do all. This is the same lady who used to say, George, we are eating the money, he's stealing the money, he's doing this. So that what the government not doing anything for. These are the simple. Now they are shaving the blame now to say the citizenry are to be blamed. They should do better. They should do this. They should do that. It's a sheer hypocrisy. And we need to stop this because guess what? The more we continue to relieve people of the responsibility, we begin to make them to feel that they are doing good. And that's where our country continues to retrogress and we start to go behind because we are not actually attacking the issue. We are attacking people who are not even responsible for the issue. And as Liberians, we need to do that. Now, this government cannot pay the military. We did not see that George Weah time. Now the military, they are murmuring, right? Because they cannot pay them. Now you ask them to say, George Weah took all the money. Liberia, we need to be serious. We need to get up. This government is doing nothing. Everything they are doing is just turning around in the same place with no outcome and nothing. Now, I heard CEO, former CEO say, and that everybody should go hustle. They go to hustle for money because Ellen used to hustle for money. The money was coming fast. But Wakatan, the money not coming. Yeah, that type of thing. So I almost fell off my chair. And every ministry to go hustle. It doesn't work like that. But anyone else saying, I'm here, I'm fiery, and let's get into it. Thank you.
No, I don't know the fire you came with, because that fire is not blazing enough. You know, the fire is just jumping. The fire is splintered. You know, it's but anyway, we're gonna have the show going on tonight. I don't know where Vasco came from. Vasco has a video, a short clip from one edition of the program that has been viral, that has been going across on social media, where he said all the people in the CDC, they ain't nothing, including George, including Vasco, they ain't nothing. They're nothing. They're nobody. In fact, President George Weah is the only somebody within the CDC. That video has been going. But Vasco, you came in late, so just take 1 minute to do your opening quickly, and then we'll move to the show.
Yes. Thank you, and let me say hi to you guys. Hi to our listeners, and I mean, we are here tonight to discuss the issue of the Liberian people, and I'm here and I'm standing by for a great show, Nancy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you,
The shortest opening for Vasco.
Yeah, that was the shortest opening for Vasco. But we appreciate you, Vasco, and it's a good thing that you're here tonight. And we can all move on to have this conversation around the 4th March of our country. Now, I want us to start with some of the decisions. The latest decisions from the executive mansion, back to back. Just the other day, it was the commerce minister. He resigned. He stepped aside after the president came to the country and made a 30-minute presentation where he said, look, I can ride wheelbarrow to go to the executive mansion. And I see no reason why we should be having conversation about 96,000 vehicles. Look, in no time, the president engaged. He said, if you're not willing to serve the country, you should step aside. The next day, the commerce minister resigned. Fast forward, the LRRC situation we've seen in the country of recent, there has been some real concern about it. A very good number of Liberians came from Ghana, their money. The president took action. He relieved those Indians. He suspended them. The LDA situation, the president has been hit so hard by so many Liberians who thought that immediate action should have been taken in that situation. Today, the president has taken a decision. It's in the favor of some people. Some people are not okay about the decision. But what a lot of people have called for over the time, talking about the need for the president to take action, that was being done. The president took a decision. He made a conscious decision today to relieve all three heads, all three officials of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. The War and Economic Crimes Court has been a major concern in the country. We lost over 250,000 lives in the country in the bloody civil unrest we experienced as a nation. The orator woke up one morning when we had someone seated there as the chairman or the head of the War and Economic Crimes Court, Councilor Masakwe. The orator said, look, Mr. President, this person seated in this particular space does not have the integrity, does not have what it takes to bring about the kind of result you need. And if we want to make progress as a country, XYZ we should do. In no time, the president took action, dismissed him, opened up the post. Folks who applied, there were vetting done, and today the president has appointed Councillor Babu as the new head of the War and Economic Crimes Court. Do we have a listening president? Is it fair to say now that we have a president that is getting to that point where he's being robust, he's being engaging, he's addressing the issues as it comes, and of course he's taking the necessary steps, the necessary actions to see Liberia as a country succeed. Let's talk about those different decisions from the executive mansions. And now I want us to put all in one and just have this conversation. Then we're going to transition to the next talking point. Let's start with you, Moba. Everything that's coming from the E-Mansion right now. You are muted, Moba. You have to unmute.
Oh, thank you. Look, Nelson, the president took a very important decision today, and we should commend the president. For the past 6 years, we never saw something like that. Where we all were on the show, people were all in the country crying on Summit 12. Summit 12 was one of the person who was the most, I would say, maybe the most corrupt finance minister of our time. And we could hear in the entire country that Summit 12 stole a lot of money, and there were a lot of evidence out there. And today he in court because of these allegations, allegedly. But end of the day, Nelson, this president, how much he listening to gossip, but he doing his own investigation. And based on those investigations, he's suspending people. And evidence were women. Or evidence were women. Look at the refugees that came from Ghana. And he took and he was able to take that decision in the interest of the Liberian people. But I know people will come and say what they want to say. There's not politics, but there's a reality. If people do something negative to your country, you say, hey, for all we don't worship Joseph Yima Boaka, we don't worship party, we don't worship. You know who worship? We worship the nation, the country. We worship the majority. We don't worship individual. Like our colleagues, some of them worship George Weah. They get a plug all in their houses. In every morning they wake up, they bend down to it instead of worshiping God.
Come on, man, George. But who's bending down to former President George Weah?
My man, Vasco said it. We gotta say it. Vasco saying it every morning. Wake up, he get bent down to George Weah picture. He said it. So we don't have to. We don't get to.
We on the radio, man. Don't be lying.
But you said it, my man. That put that one aside, but you said it. But we are not here to worship Joseph Yima Boaka. We bow down to our country, our nation. That's where our birthright is. So when we talk nation. We don't talk individual. So based on the president's decision today, let's commend the president. Let all come and say yes, the president did well. Because for every nation that fall, it's based on corruption. If your people keep let's say having embezzle in the Liberian people resources and their money, what happens next? The people suffer. But the decision the president made today, it go worldwide, and people, yes, the president, and I listened to his cabinet meeting that he had. He said we will not we will not listen to gossip, but our ears will be on the media and we will do our own investigation. And based on evidence, we will take decision. And today, let us commend the president. The president wait for Summit 12 to be taking money and carrying it to him. The president wait for all the criminals during the past regime. But he did today people who were like, okay, you know what, the president can do this. And people who hands are in the cookie jar will be out of this government, because this government for the people and not for individual. Nothing will come there, we'll say what we want to say, but end of the day, some of all, we pay allegiance to Liberia. We salute the flag.
You know, I want to hold you there, Moba. Moba, I'm going to come back to you. I want to hold you there. I'm not coming to Raymond yet. I want us to take Josh. Josh, and then we're going to go to Raymond next, and then we take Vasco. But Josh, let's talk about this thing. What we've seen coming from the executive mansion back to back. Now, this is not just one action. This is not just one action taken in one case. No, but in just a period of days, LRRC, a very strong decision there. We're now talking about the War and Economic Crimes Court. A very strong decision has been made there. Now we're talking about the LDEA. The president has taken an action. Yes, this action doesn't favor some people. Some people say, oh, yeah, I think it should have been this way. Okay, I think the president should have kept those people. I think he should have advised them or whatever. But the president has taken a decision. The issue of the president being decisive on some of these issues have been a major discussion. A lot of people have been concerned about it. Josh, can you at this point appreciate the president? Will you for any reason want to appreciate the president for the latest action, the recent decisions that are coming from the executive mansion with respect to the unfoldings in the country, governance and all of that?
Look, Nelson, I got no appreciation for this president. One, Grisby is still sitting behind him and signing all the letters, even though there were a lot of cries about Grisby's corrupt act when he took people money. People who are retired, pensioners, took their poor money and spent it on cars that we don't see. And the president is still keeping him behind him, sitting down, signing all these papers, Nelson. There's nothing. Look, Nelson, I feel that this president will get rid of people who he's not friends with. Anybody went to CWA, Nelson, the person, I don't care what that person does, that person will remain in the government. And that's why he has proven. Nelson,
John, do you think it's a good start? Do you think it's a good start that, you know, some of those decisions have been long-standing and the president is acting, is making decisions now. He's taking actions to ensure that things are going the way he wants it to go.
Nelson, I think the president compensated those, especially at the DA. These people were sitting down home making money, right, Nelson? For how many months? They were being paid, Nelson. How many months do people spend there?
Josh, let's set it right. The folks at the LDEA was suspended without pay.
Okay, even without pay, Nelson. And look at how many months did we go? How many months did we go? Even without pay, Nelson. They went almost 6 months, Nelson. What about decision is that, Nelson? How can a president who is in charge of a country can make a decision, can a decision last on his desk for almost 6 months before he can pen it to say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, Nelson? Where are we going as a country?
Josh, do you think this must have been done as a result of wanting to give due process? You know,
where's the result of the due process?
To have the investigation done and concluded. Maybe the investigative report is brought before his desk. He peruses the report and makes a decision based on the findings, and not just you say, I say, and they say.
But Nelson, we all knew that a few months ago, the findings, the conclusion of the investigation was given to the president. He has been with the president for more than 3 months. This president, look, this president has been lackadaisical, man. Nelson, you can see it. You can see that he will always postpone all his decisions he's going to make. He would just delegate his decisions, right? Like what he did to the commerce minister. He allowed the commerce minister to resign. He did not make a decision. These guys, look, Nelson, I don't have any praise for this president. I think this president is very, maybe I would say he's on a very free flow with laissez-faire. He does whatever he wants, and not in the interest of Liberia, because these people, and even for the people that he dismissed, Nelson, those people sat home for that long. That is unfair to them. That is not a good labor practice. You cannot be a president of a country and do such a. What if Lebanese men treat us like that? You think it will be okay, Nelson? Let's say we fight to work. Then Lebanese men say, "Okay, you're going," and you don't know what you can
suspend person. The hire is 6 months. Don't go there. I don't want correct man, Nelson. Correct man. So you shouldn't go there.
No, but listen, if that's the case, then it should be unpaid. You cannot suspend somebody to let the person to sit down for 6 months and then you don't pay the person, how will the person make that living? That is
You know,
unfair.
maybe that's an issue. Maybe this is something worth talking about. We're gonna have that conversation another day. But Anthony, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. Let's hear from you, Raymond. Your take on this issue. Decisions coming from the E-Mission back to back. The president deciding on the different issues, taking some actions, bringing some people on board, putting some people down. What do you make of everything that's happening now?
So, Nelson, for so long, we have had an authoritative leader in our country. So when people see an effective leadership style that is modern, that is called consultative or consultation in leadership, they see it as weakness. But that's an effective style of leadership where the leader consult with other team members, encourage the input of other people who got expertise in an area to inform him, collect as much data as possible, and then the leader make the final decision. And that process for consultation takes time, but usually it's the best decision because hasty decisions usually don't give the best outcome. And I want to commend this president for doing the right thing. And like Marba just gave this clarity that you can suspend people up to 6 months. There are standards in doing certain things, and nobody is held hostage. Everybody is free to be employed or to end their employment at will. So while you suspended for 6 months, you're not the only job God gave you. It's a choice to hope that you get reinstated, or in your suspension you can resign. We saw the commerce minister. He didn't wait for the president to come up with a decision. He resigned. So the three dismissed LDA officials could have done the same. But they waited for the decision to be made. It was their choice and they respect the process. That's why the whole hell on. And now that they're being let go, they can go on and search in other places. The Liberian government is a place to come and serve. It's not a place to come and be served. So as they came, they offered their services, and their services wasn't considered good enough, they can go and move on. There are other places they can use their expertise and their services. And I sure they are all Liberians. They are also welcome in our country. They contribute in good ways in other areas. So that's not a bad blood that anybody should cry on. But unlike the past government, who sat, wine and dine with everything that went wrong in the country, an authoritative leader like George Weah, who didn't do much consultation, ordered the orators for July 26 scheme and made fine recommendations to him. And it was just a charade. It was just a ceremony. We saw this leader who brought in someone far younger than him, who got expertise, a researcher, a subject matter expert, and spoke truth to him without fear nor favor. He gowned her, and he just didn't do that, but took her recommendation and acted on it. Today, we have a new head of the World Economic Crimes Court. And he realized that he made a misstep by not consulting with the civil society organization and other people who've been advocating that area to get their say, to vet whoever. I don't know who's being vetted and appointed, but the fact that we know it went through a vigorous process, we can all celebrate it. And that's what we call consultative style of leadership, a consultative leader. Someone who don't know, who realize they don't know it all. They need a team of people with different expertise, with different experience, different skill set, different knowledge. But they all come together and make a decision after debating and arguing on the thing and come to a conclusion. And that takes time. And I want to commend this leadership. I want to commend this president as he told the Liberian people it won't be business as usual. We can see the sign. Even though some of us think he should do much more fast, but one is better than zero, and we'll celebrate the 10% he has given us thus far.
So Raymond, let's put it this way. All of what you've seen in recent days, You think it's a 10% that should be celebrated now?
Of
You think
course.
it's a good start?
Yeah.
Um,
And that's
but,
progress.
okay. Now, a lot of folks think that so many people will say that given the timing, just looking at the timing. Okay, in the case of maybe LRRC, there was immediate action. You go back to the LDA, there was a delay, several months. You go to the War and Economic Crimes Court, again, from July, action was taken early August, September, October. Now we're in November.
So Nelson, in leadership, one size doesn't fit all. You deal with situation case by case, using all the variables available to you to analyze in a unique circumstance. So all of them, as much as they sound the same, like even taking the Ministry of Commerce and the Minister of Commerce situation, the data available to you and the complication in that data, it
Mhm.
all varies case by case. So we
Thank you.
analyze situation case by case. We don't use one buck rule to judge every circumstance. And I think that's what the president did. And all of the information and counter allegation and data that was available to him and experts that he needed to consult to reach a conclusion, he needed to pass and cross all those T and dot all those I's and get a clear understanding to make those
Thank you,
decisions.
Raymond.
And
I
that's
want
what
to
a
hold.
sound leader should do.
I want to hold you there and move to Vasco quickly. Vasco, your take on everything that's happening here.
Thank you, Nelson. You know, sometimes some of these topics it can make president to feel weak and they won't do what they're supposed to do. So my point here is this. The work of this president is also to hire and fire.
Mhm.
So if he do his job, if he decide to fire someone which of course he think did something, for me it's not something for her to come say, yeah, we clapping for the president. No. And for what I'm observing from this president, the people that he's taking action against, those are people that you don't have close connection with. You understand? People been stretching their veins here for Grisby. Double Jala then, Miata Famule then, the party chairman. They may took no action toward these people. But Patrick was in there, and there are people that somebody just look at them and plug them. We saw how Patrick Rosie went over there. There was a serious fight. He just jumped in the people off here, open the door. He went and said that, and he said that he did. So these kind of people for Boca to take them out, it's just easy. Quick. He don't even, no, to be frank, if you go ask Boca right now, he don't even know that they fire people for the government.
No, come on, Vasco. This is a decision that was taken by the president. It's not the election. So where then do you come from to say that if you are the president, you wouldn't people were fired?
There's so many
JP
things.
is more active than that before the man get money. The people
No, there's
Google.
that may not active. There's so many things come from that executive marshal that may not know about it. There's so many things. Somebody actually looking at firing this policy for. Look, we know when the president is effective.
So no, I want to understand something, Vasco. Are you saying here that the action that we've seen the president taking is not coming from him, Vasco? Is that what you say?
I said some of the action that taking Patrick Rosie and all, they're not coming from him. Their DA stuff, they're not coming from him.
No, but Vasco, you just said part of the president's job is to hire and fire.
But now there's one.
If people are being fired, now you say it's not coming from the president. Then who then is it coming from?
Yeah, I was just telling you that part of the president's job. But this one we have now as a president, he actually has some problem. He got serious problem.
Who?
We all know his problem.
Who?
So some of the decision that we hearing that executive
Say you,
management
don't say
taking
we all.
is
Say
not
you.
him. That's it. It's not him.
Okay.
You know, you don't see effective president working. What kind of president who get power to fire people and hire people? You will see a video that people misbehaving at the DEA, causing each other. Then you say that for 6 months, you say waiting for investigation to take action. Eh? What kind of effective president can do that? What kind of president they will tell you, say, oh, we're investigating Miata family. The money that we gave her for the inauguration, she mismanaged the money. We investigating her. Then the next day, the effective president goes sit and say, he said he was giving flowers to the woman. He said he trusts the woman can do anything bad. What is that? Oh, because today you just say Patrick was eating fire and this and that. He never tell you one thing. This is not something for all to even discuss because this is a bad signal for this government. The government.
Who start? Okay, now someone listening to the program tonight may agree with you somehow, some way, that yes, we shouldn't be here. All right, this is something that shouldn't be happening. It hasn't been happening. In fact, it hasn't happened. Let's take it that way. This hasn't been the case from the very start of the administration. But the fact that we're here and the president has started taking decisions, is it a good start, Vasco? Are we headed somewhere positive?
Listen, we are not going nowhere. This is a bad signal for the government. In fact, this is showing to the world that their government are keen to power, they're keen to steal from day one. The people took office, they've been stealing. And even the ones that are there now that the president haven't taken a notice of, they are also there stealing. So the entire government bucket will keep firing, or President will keep firing people because these guys will still continue to steal because the money is not coming to the country that the way we're coming during the Manasari era. And they are used to getting money. So the only thing they will do now, the Liberian people will suffer and they will continue to steal.
I want to hold you there and bring Anthony.
That's the reason why you also John, we are firing people.
Let's hear you.
People are not stealing.
Your take.
They were just fake allegations.
So during George Weah time, it was fake allegation, but right now it is real allegation.
But everything happening, you saw the DEA people then causing each other. You saw Moda admitting that he told that someone dancing.
Okay. I won't hold you there.
John, we are telling us $16 billion loss. You yourself, yeah, you know, no $16 billion come missing from Liberia. You know that one. That is the difference
on this issue.
One group are criminals. The other group
Vasco, I think $16 billion was printed. $16 billion was not missing.
Let's give our brother Anthony the time.
You know, the other thing about there was a Crow report that showed the variance. There was also GSC report that showed also variance. So Vasco, don't come here and kind of lecture on a weird administration. But good evening, everyone. In Radio Land and our Facebook follower and YouTube follower as well. I love the comment section. Keep the comment rolling. Whether it's in favor of me or not, keep it rolling. I'm a public figure and I do not shy away from anything. But let's go back to what my brother was saying. You know, the president is taking a time that's, you know, decisive, you know, leadership and all of that different thing. Does that decisive leadership also apply to the fact that our constitution clearly talked about people who are in government can no longer hold political party official offices? And in Section 15 of the Code of Conduct of the Republic of Liberia, clearly lay out as to how to reprimand individuals who violate that particular clause within the Code of Conduct. And the guy, what's his name, Reverend Tappet, is in a violation. Emma 12 is also in a violation, still holding party positions and all of that different things. Do you know what the office of the ombudsman did? Instead of reprimanding these people, he gave them time to resign their official position within the party. The Code of Conduct did not say so. The Code of Conduct Section 15 of the Code of Conduct gave you prescription as to how to discipline, reprimand people who are found guilty of the violation of that particular clause. Is the president still doing decisive, leadership by not upholding, what he promised the Liberian people? No business as usual. That 900 plus cabinet members have yet to declare their assets. Are we going? You heard me last night that I said my dear brother is good to pick and choose things. The one that suit him, he talks about it. The one that doesn't suit him, he brushes to the side. We are here to hold everyone accountable, including my very self. I'm not above the law. I'm not better than anybody else. The law is the law. I heard good things about some of the appointment that was made. I am not going to celebrate just like I did. I said I wasn't going to celebrate the road going to the southeast until the month of September come and go by. And if the road still maintain its integrity, then I will praise the president. That's what I said then. And September did not reach. We saw the road conditions. I am not going to celebrate this appointment. People are speaking highly, especially for the guy of the War Crown Court. He has a doctorate degree in law. And a lot of people are saying great things about him. I have not taken time to research him myself, but have been hearing good stuff about him since the appointment was made. I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to jubilate. I'm going to wait for results. I'm going to see how he's going to deliver in his position. Because these people are hired. They are being paid by taxpayer. They're giving a piece of job. And the only thing we ask, and the only thing that we ask only is for them to deliver. And so when he deliver, I'll be the same person to come here and commend him and salute him and say thank you. Even though you're getting paid to do the job, I'll commend him. But until then, I'm not going to celebrate anything. Just like I held my peace and said I wasn't going to celebrate the roads to the southeast until the month of September come and test the quality and the integrity of the road before I celebrate. We didn't reach in September. The road went where it went. So, folks, this administration, we're not going to lower the bar for this administration because this administration promised the Liberian people and set the bar this high. We're going to hold it up to this bar. We're not going to lower the expectation. We're not going to manage our expectation. We're going to hold it up high, hold it accountable because they preach things. Even this president, we have to put him after 1 month before he declare assets and make it public. The Code of Conduct said declare your asset prior you take office. He did it after 1 month. But still, we still giving the problem.
Misinformation. Misinformation.
We're talking about
let's do this, guys.
talking about accountability.
Inauguration was on
accountability and transparency. We are still talking about good governance. All we have talked about and
Anthony,
talk about today is good governance.
Anthony, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
So, inauguration was on the 22nd of January 2024. The president declared his asset early February. So it wasn't 1 month, Anthony.
But he did not declare Constitution. For the record, he did not declare asset before he took office. For the record.
That's not what the Constitution requires.
That's what the Constitution requires.
That's untrue. You need to understand. You need comprehension.
Section 10.1 of the Code of
It
Conduct.
said the assets that you declare should be prior to
Nelson, please mute Raymond. Please mute Raymond.
We will not confuse our audience here.
My man, they're giving information. They may not lie and deceive or lie.
Yeah, but we're not lying. There's no lie. I challenge you more. If you say I lie, then I challenge you. That go back to the Code of Conduct.
So guys, let's do it in order. Let's give Anthony the time to learn.
Section 10.1.
I mean, we're gonna give 30 seconds across the table. All right, we'll give 30 seconds across the table.
So I repeat,
Anthony, your thoughts. Yeah.
I repeat, Section 10.1 of the Code of Conduct of Liberia that was birthed out of the Article 90 of the Constitution states you must declare your asset before you take office, not after you have taken office. The word used in the Code of Conduct was prior. and we know the word prior mean before. So that's the direct quotation there. I challenge anyone who says that the president declared asset before he took office. I challenge you on that one.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Let's do 30 seconds around the table before transitioning to our next talking point. Now, this is important. As much as we want to talk about some of the actions we're seeing right now from the executive, some of what's coming from E-Machine, what remains very concerning, even up to now, is the fact that there are so many people still in government who are yet to declare their asset. What remains even more concerning, very, very concerning as we speak, is the fact that there hasn't been anything, any strong decision, any major action taken against the people who are refusing to declare their assets that are still in government. That remains a concern. But does that mean that we should give a blind eye to some of what's happening now? I mean, and this is where we stand with these kinds of conversation, because we look at things from a point where, yes, we want everything to be addressed, from every sector, be it education, good governance, and all those different issues. We want them to be addressed. But can we also take a look at the few things that are working as we criticize the few things that are not working? Now, I want us to take 30 seconds across the table. Raymond, you are trying to come in to make a point. Just go ahead on that, and then
and this is why I want everybody to understand. Sometimes we should not be too hasty to come to a conclusion of things we don't understand. The prior in the law refers to the period by which you are declaring your assets. Your assets you're declaring will not include the time you're taking pay in government. That asset declared prior to you taking seat in government, your assets.
Raymond. To so many people, this interpretation you're providing is strange.
And that's where research.
Please put it on the screen, because you will not mislead the audience.
No.
Please put it on the
How
screen.
many times have we not put that particular, portion of the code of conduct there?
The brother is reading the thing upside down.
All right.
Reading comprehension is an issue.
Yeah, that prior we don't know how to define. So you define prior to us.
No, you putting it in wrong context. The word prior is the assets that you declare. Your assets you declare is for a period. Your assets you declaring is prior to you taking office. All the assets you acquire and your liability prior to you taking office, that's what you declare. You're not going to use your salary that you're going to incur on the job in part of that assets declaration. That's what it means. Nelson,
so when does this timeline start?
Hold on now, my man. I'm speaking, bro. Give me a chance. Let me speak. When you're speaking here, I'll let you speak.
No, you interrupted me.
Let me complete my thought. So, Nelson,
after him.
This is a challenge. Anybody here, you in Liberia, go consult the LDCC. They're the master of that law. They interpret that law and they enforce that law. And we saw the LDCC deadline. When was the LDCC deadline? The LDCC provided a timeline for asset declaration. And not an age set prior to you taking office. And as a matter of fact, nobody in Liberia had declared their asset prior to taking office.
Yes, so Senator Dillon have done so, and many others have done so.
Not true. You lie.
Senator Dillon have done so, and many others have
I
done so.
say you lie. You lie.
Even my senator, my representative from district
you lie.
Jacob
you
DB
lie.
did the same thing. What are you talking about?
You lie. I'm using the word lie because that's blatant lie you keep saying here. You not arguing to win an argument without even consider.
Okay, so guys,
that lie. That's a lie.
We have to make progress. We have to make progress. Josh, please come in. Take your 30 seconds, Josh. We have to make progress.
Look, Nelson. Look, I did not study law, but I got common sense. What my brother Raymond is saying does not make any sense whatsoever. And here is why. When they say asset, it's something that you have. That's not something that you will have. So when it said declare your asset, it means something that you already have. You're talking all sort of things here as if we ate our school fee with paper color, or we from on the pantry in the village. We are all scholars here. We get sense. When you're
Your friend
talking
is talking
something,
about
let's
tree.
make it be in a way where everybody will be able to participate and it will make sense to everyone. You can't say the instant you say you declare asset that you will get in the government that they want. What they say, what you don't have is your assets. What you don't have is not your asset. You don't work for the money yet, you don't have it. It's something that in the future. So it's not your asset. Your asset, your liability is something that you owe now and something that you have now that your asset. Liability and assets, that's how it works. So Nelson, what my brother is trying to say, he's just trying to muddy the water so that everything we can argue, then we get it end confusion. It's not going to end confusion to Nelson, but here's what I want to say. The thing is, this president is involved in selective action, right? He will pick what he wants and he will leave me play a blind eye to what he does not want to be seen, right? There are a lot of things that we want him to address. He has not done that. When even asking, he would take 6 months before he take one action to tell us that we don't matter to him. When we crowd our business, he doesn't care. He's the president, and he's the president for 6 years, and we can take it or we leave it. And that's what it is, Nelson. He's trying to tell us that he would do things at his own time, not for Liberia, but for himself, because his time has passed. Nelson, he has no future. He's in his future. So he doesn't care what we do, what our children will depend on in this country anymore. You don't know that by not installing a DA proper leader, it affects the drug trafficking in the country. Because the person that there, the person is acting. There's no surety that the person is going to take that position. The person can say, okay, I will take enough bribe so that I can allow more drugs to come, so that I will move on. Yeah, I don't know what I would say. So all those things, they depend, the decision you make, the right decision you make, timely decision people make, affect the growth of a nation. How you wait for 6 months, Nelson, when you only have 6 years? You wait for 6 months before you make one decision.
Thank you.
We cannot clap for him, Nelson.
That's what you there.
What will we?
That's what you
Thank
there,
you.
Sure. Mora, you want to take your 30 seconds, then we take Vasco?
So speculation with no information.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. They say it's better to do something than to do nothing. We understand now. President Barker now is the president of the Republic of Liberia. So every decision and every problem now is mounted on his head. But it doesn't indicate that he's not working. He's doing his job. For the past 6 years, where we are now, we were nothing around there. Because the first 6 months, we were hearing people talking about benevolence. Because they feared that the money they were taking, they were sharing it among themselves. But the government is not even thinking about being a benevolent leader. All he's thinking about the Liberian people. He's working tirelessly, working on corruption, and we can see it. It's glaring. It's not something that is opaque, because the word opaque means something you can see too. But it's glaring, we're seeing it. It's transparent. But our brother from the other side will come and bring something that is not even in line. It got nothing to do with this government. Now, let's go to what George just said. Right? How the government they're doing this, he taking decision after 6 months. First of all, every nation, although they have their own labor law, but internationally it takes 6 months. And let me inform you, George, today. If you go for 6 months, if they pull you out of pay, right? If you win the case, if you come back to work, whatsoever entity you're working on, they back pay you for that 6 months. If you don't win the case, you don't get paid. So let me put that at rest. So forget about, because you're conflicting the people who are listening to us. You understand? So when it comes to the government structure, the people working in line with the Constitution.
But again, Josh raised a point. His point was, if you are an administrator and you suspend someone without pay, or you are suspending someone It shouldn't be for that long.
No, Nancy.
6 months.
Nancy.
6
Let me
months
call it short. You can
or for
suspend
5 months
someone, close. Nancy, you
without
can
pay.
suspend the labor
It's better you
law.
relieve the person. It's better you relieve the person.
No, Nancy.
To hold the person for 4 months. For
Nancy.
5 months. Hold
Nancy,
the
the
person
labor law
down.
go.
Give the
Nancy.
person under the impression that they're under suspension, that there's hope of them going back, and then
It doesn't matter. Nancy, we are talking about the labor law. Nancy, no, I will correct you on this. The labor law, you can suspend somebody close to at least 6 months, and not above 6 months. 6 months. 6 months without pay. You can't get paid. It leave you to go to find another job. But let me say this: if you be reinstated, right? After the before the 6 months or prior to the 6 months, the government or who's the entity, all depends on that job. They can back pay you for that whole month. All depends. It leave with the job, the handbook. But next thing you can go as far as 6 months, but you can't cross 6 months. Every entity, that's it. We shouldn't go there with that. Go to HR, Google HR, ask HR.
I want to hold you a bit. I want to hold you a bit. We're not going to Google HR yet. I want to hold you a bit.
Google, but I will work to HR. They will tell you.
Josh, you raised this particular point, and you listen to the point to Mobat's position on this issue.
Yeah, Nelson.
Let's say you for 30 seconds.
Yeah, Nelson. Mobile, I don't know what about labor law he practiced, whether that it one that in Soniwin or somewhere else. There's no way, Nelson. This is half a year we are talking about to put somebody out of job and the person sitting at home to wait for. You can't tell me that I know I have a job. I'm being suspended from job. So I should start looking for another job. And then when they call me back to the job, then I'll leave that other job and come to the job. It doesn't make any sense. What the president should have done was to take action. You dismiss the people or you reinstate them. The investigation was over a long time. No investigation takes 6 months. The investigation was over. It was done with, and it should have happened long time ago. So what you're saying about 6 months suspension, whatever, I never in my entire professional career seen anyone be suspended for more than 2 months. Never I've seen that. And guess what? What is the finding? What is the finding now to these people to tell them that they were guilty of something?
So let's put it this way. Thank you, Josh. But let's put it this way. I'm going to come back to you more about before going to Vasco. But let's put it this way. The first thing to clarify here is that the 3 officials of the LDEA were not suspended for 6 months. It didn't reach 6 months. They were suspended in June, the end of June. That was the 24th of June. From the end of June to the end of July, to the end of August, to the end of September, to the end of October, we're talking about 4 months. A little over 4 months. Those 3 officials were suspended. All right. So that's the first clarity I wanted to make. But Moba, you want to conclude on that point?
Yeah. Let me conclude. Look, nothing when we come on the show, somehow we make our research. We don't come there and talk. Then for me, for the past 6 months, we're coming on the show. Whatever I say, go Google, go make a research. You ain't got to Google, but go make a research. Go ask. And you will come back and tell me, say, what Moba say is true. Nelson, let me say this to you, right? You can suspend somebody close to 6 months. And when you suspend that person, right, and you can carry on investigation, the investigation shouldn't pass 6 months. It can go close to 5 months. The last one should be 6 months. And after that investigation, if the person will be reinstated, whatsoever entity, all depends with the law of that entity. They can back pay that person. Or sometimes when they reinstate you, all depends with the law of that entity. They will not back pay you. You that kind of work, but they will tell you your fault and other stuff. So that put that as a rest, and then we come to the main issue of what the president is doing. Nursing, we shouldn't come here and say because the president do they want to look. The president take a bold step. We shouldn't come here and say the president did nothing. But look, for the last 6 years, on a judgment we are. When all the corruption saga was going on, I challenged any citizens to tell me how many people who were in the cooking job were even suspended and then they were fired. Nobody.
People got fired on a judgment. What are you talking about?
My man, listen to my English.
Eugene Fagon.
Eugene Fagon corrupt. I'm talking about corruption. Hey, in the cookie jar. That we all sat on this show.
Who got fired?
So DA got fired
No,
because
but
of
listen,
corruption?
my man,
So
don't interrupt me.
DA
I
got
say,
fired for corruption?
don't listen, my man, don't interrupt me.
guys,
Don't
guys,
interrupt me.
let's
I
do
said,
this
listen to
further.
my English. I said, I challenge anybody, whether sedition or reaction, to show me one person who hand was in the cookie jar and was suspended. And after that investigation, what evidence was all mapped on Facebook and whatsoever, and then they were fired. When you show me
whole
one
LTA,
minister,
the
I will
whole
say yes.
LTA, not just
The LTA,
they went to jail.
we made noise, what video, all circulated
The
on
whole
social
LTA,
media.
everybody
Brother,
out there
don't
went
stop
to
that.
jail.
You shouldn't come here and lie to elaborate people. There are a lot of people. Look at some
If you want to compare Georgia and this administration already failed because
I would disagree with you.
You allow the man to talk, man.
Let me
conclude. Ask
conclude.
your opinion.
Let me conclude. The administration not failed, and I will not sit on the show and agree to you because for the boast that the president talked today, I respect it. And for suspending, I mean, at the end of the day, firing some people and putting replacement in a position and suspending people who stole massively from the refugees. I respect that. I respect that. For the last season, we never saw that. So she didn't come here and say the president will do the president do it well. Although everything is not bread and butter. Yes. And everything will not be a bread and butter. Everybody will not enjoy the same time, the same time or whatsoever. But what happened is, for every nation to develop, we should fight corruption. And the president, and I tell him thank you for making an attack for who will go to ministry to carry on that investigation to see that performance. And what any corruption saga, they will bring it to the president, and the president will act on it. So it is we should commend it. We should come here and say, what
Thank you.
are doing in the last days here? But yo, come here, press him.
Please take your 30 seconds quickly so we transition.
Yeah, look, we're not here to discuss George. We are here to discuss this government. Nelson, you see some of the things my brother George was just saying. The president that certain people he don't touch. Today, the LSCC, they are investigating Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. And they also investigating how you call the other ministry, transport. Mo Ali then still got a job. And the other man of transport, he still got a job. But Padre Rosie there, they are not guilty though. There was an allegation that the same LSCC, they said they will go investigate. But why? He fired those people. Means he suspended those people. Because the more Ali there close to the president. That's what I'm saying. The president got his lieutenant. That he just, I think when he was empowering them or giving them this job, he told them, say, guys, they don't go out there because it says you will get the way we mess up the 12 year when get rich. They're going now, they go make sure we get what we're supposed to get. Because if this man was a serious president, with all the experience he got, you will come and be here, the people be telling you, they may know very well the how you call the people who do what the error name, man?
When people lie, now I can happy.
No, so, man, this thing has closed your mouth. Let me talk. Okay? The asset declaration people, right? The asset declaration people, right? Okay. You know when I think 2 different times now, people have sent communication to this president. The last time they sent one, they said on his desk. When the people try to take action, they don't know when they start saying that the people don't even know their own law. So this president is giving rise to his employee to go and steal. You go steal, when you finish stealing, and then you get declared asset. That thing tell you using vacuum, people are using vacuum there. You go steal. When you steal now, maybe after 2-3 years, then you declare your asset. But after you finish stealing enough, what kind of some president will be sitting down here? Or half of your government or official having declared the asset, and they're taking pay and stealing. And then you sitting now, you looking at them, you only going after petty thing. And the way you was, you can't sit down here so hearing this man. The men are giving rise to stealing in the government. Who's supposed to go here?
30 seconds.
For what? So listen, when we come here, we are here to discuss the issue affecting the people. What I keep telling Nelson, we need to take some time, 2 to 3 days on this show and discuss the bread and butter. That is same bread and butter been in your beer job we are for. We're not gonna be sitting on the show. That was the feed us someone who can just sit and be listening to you. We're not be sitting here all the things affecting our people. People suffering.
Thank you, Vasco. Thanks to you, Vasco.
Nelson,
You know,
I'm glad you're back.
We're talking about bread and mayonnaise. We're not talking about bread and butter.
Let me end, Nelson. You get Nelson
You want to bring the rest, the back of rest. How much
No,
people
we
buy
gotta talk
Becker
about the
rest
AFL
now?
soldier
How much
salary.
people buy? How much people are buying
the
Becker
people not
rest?
taking pay. 7 not taking pay. We supposed to take 2 days to
AFL
discuss
salary. That's
our
what we need to
Liberian
talk
people
about.
on the show.
Police don't get vehicle in 14 counties. That's what we need
Yes,
to talk about.
we're not gonna be saying that.
Thank
We're
you.
talking about
Thank you
Waka
very
fire
much.
the pussy.
Thank you,
Waka
Vasco.
fire.
Because the 6 years they didn't provide vehicle that in 9 months.
Waka
It
fire
was
Yeah,
somebody
kind
hey,
of
11.8 million dollars a lawmaker when you could
unrealistic,
buy vehicle
unrealistic
for police.
expectation. Naysayers.
In the country, Nelson, they have back of right now. The
So
people cutting it
You
into
kind
we
of
have
discuss
to
the
hold
issue.
you
Y'all
guys
kind
here,
of create
guys.
unrealistic
Show the
I think
picture
we
expectations.
have
SPA. Vasco, you can only talk without evidence. Like, problem about you.
Okay, so let's start the show from there. Let's start the show from there. Moba is a co-moderator here, man. Moba shouldn't be doing that. Yeah.
You need
So
to punish Raymond too, because Raymond be
so
talking over
You
people.
really I can't laugh. Vasco to talk. You go beyond
let's
the
do this thing in order. Let's do this thing in order. We have to do this for our audience. All right. So last evening we pull up a communication. This communication was written by the chairman of the CDC, where he alleged that everything that's happening now with the removal of the speaker is being triggered, is being fueled by the ruling establishment. He points some fingers at the president. He said, in fact, the president is in the know of everything that's happening now. And of course, is an undermine of democracy, is step to undermine good governance in the country, and they want this to stop. But on the flip side, today we saw a communication from the majority bloc. And I just want to pull up the communication. Let me see if it's possible to get it up here. Let's see what the okay, let me put up the communication from the majority bloc. And this is what they said. So they responded today. In their response, okay, so sorry guys, I think I have to try to get this thing up. You know, I don't know. Mobile and Anthony came from backstage, like
where did y'all go?
No, but
You know what?
Nelson, you didn't do me justice. It was my time to speak on the 30 seconds. Everybody had a 30 seconds. I never had a chance to speak.
My man, come say the sitting back.
Okay, you didn't have your time to speak on the 30 seconds. Take your 30 seconds quickly while I try to put this communication.
Thank you. So I want to commend my dear sister Fatimata Masale in the comment section. She clearly underscored what I was trying to tell Raymond. If you can pin her comment on the screen for me while I make my other comment. The AFL have yet to receive pay.
And that's where we stand with this guy.
You're looking for supporter. You better talk for yourself.
I'm not looking. The man, Nelson, you need to put Raymond in the back. He overtalked.
So, guys, man.
The very first thing you violated by calling my name about what a person in the audience is saying. Hold on, bro.
Raymond is our brother's Anthony's turn to speak. Please, let's give Anthony.
So the sister Fatimata Masale, I want to commend you for outlining. You even put it better than I would have said it, and also thank you for saying that. Again, we come here not because we are expert on all subject matters. Yes, we have our discipline in a specific area, but we are not naive to government. I did civics in school before I was taken out of school. So I'm grateful that I did civics. All right. Look, the AFL have yet to take their salary in 14 counties out of 15 counties of the Republic of Liberia. The LMP have 0 vehicles. Nada. Zip. Now
You said
one
LP
single.
has 0 vehicle.
Yes.
How is that so? You just saw 20 vehicles for the LMP. That's across
Only
the
in
country
Maserado County.
being used for patrol. No, not in Maserati
In
County alone.
Maserado County. Show me other county that
Not in
have.
Maserati
You've been
County.
counting this county that with police vehicle. Anybody in the comment section, if your county has a police
No,
vehicle,
no, Anthony.
please,
Anthony.
please correct us. Right now,
Anthony.
the rest of the other county don't have vehicles.
We should be informing the people in the comment
In
section.
Grand Juliet County, now one
In the
single
comment
vehicle
section
there
to
for
inform us.
LMP.
All right.
In River G, now one single vehicle there for LMP. In Sando, now one single vehicle there for LMP. In Meriden, now one single vehicle there for LMP. The list goes on. Can we count these counties, folks, that don't have vehicle for LMP in your county? This is the reality. If this president means well for Liberia, prioritize the national security. This is serious. Our nation needs to prioritize national security. The entire Grand Juliet County has 0 vehicle for LMP. 0. Same thing with River G. Same thing with Maryland. Same thing with Grand Coup. Same thing with Sino. I mean, what are we doing? The entire Southeast. Now one single vehicle for LMP. This is administration that talks about the rule of law, that talks about no business as usual, but gave lawmaker $11.8 million for quote-unquote legislative project. The president saw that in the budget and they fixed his signature and make it a law. Ladies and gentlemen, our AFL soldiers have yet to receive pay, the men and women in uniform. But we should come here because president fired some people, we should clap for him. Do you know how many family members will go hungry tonight and their children will go hungry and tomorrow again? There are less people today working in Liberia in government compared to George Weah. Less people in employment today in Liberia compared to George Weah. More people are out of work in Liberia compared to George Weah. Folks, this is the rescue that you voted for. This is the rescue that you voted for. This is the result that you have.
Thank you.
Progress.
So
Thank you,
Nelson,
Anthony.
can you give me
I
the
want to
moment,
go
please?
there quickly.
Can you please give me the
And
moment?
let me put this
Let's go put your hands down.
Nelson, I'm speaking to you. I hope you can hear me. Can you give me the moment?
No moment.
Yeah, I wanted to ask for my 30-second, but you can give it to Raymond.
So Nelson,
no, we have to transition now. It's already 2 a.m.
All right, but Nelson, this is not about
Nelson, you
transition. This is
gave me
about
2
me.
or 3 minutes.
This is about me being on the show or not being on. I want to speak to something about a choice that could make me be on the show or not be on the show.
Yeah, everyone
It's a
always take
protest
the
to
30
a
second
behavior
things.
on this show. So
Yeah,
I'm not
so
talking about any topic around the
come
conversation.
please, we're going to come to that. Let me read the
Stay
communication.
in the comment section.
And everyone is going to have their time, and you can address the issues. Maybe before even going into the next talking point, because we are seriously out of time. So this is what the majority bloc pulled up today. It says it has come to our attention that a misleading post is circulating on social media, falsely claiming that President Boakai has intervened in the affairs of the House of Representatives and instructed Vice President Kun to dismantle the anti-Kofa bloc. We wish to categorically refute this baseless claim. At no time has the president intervened in this matter, nor had he issued any instruction regarding the structure or activity of the majority members of the House of Representatives. This fabrication is a clear tactic by detractors aiming to create confusion and sow division amongst members of the majority. We call on the members of the public and the media to discharge this attempt to undermine the unified efforts of the majority members, who remain resolute and unwavering um, in our support, in our commitment to remove J. Funati Kofa as Speaker. This determination seems now it's very small. I can't see it anymore. Um, then I put the final one up because that just yeah. Okay, so in conclusion, it says the majority stands firm in its conviction and will not be swayed by rumor or misinformation. Our collective goal is to ensure that the highest standards of accountability and integrity within Liberia's legislative body. We urge our supporters and all Liberians to stay focused on this mission and to reject any attempt at distraction or deceit. It is signed by Samuel Koga for and on behalf of the majority bloc. So, but yesterday, prior to this one, there was something posted yesterday from the chairman of the CDC. I don't know if we still have that communication up here. Let me see if we can pull that up. But there was something released. There was a statement released from him claiming that the president, I think this should be the communication. Okay. And this is what he posted. The CDC National Executive Committee strongly condemns Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallon and CDC lawmakers who have disobeyed the National Executive Committee and His Excellency George Manawia to go against Speaker J. Funati Kofa. Those actions are clearly influenced by Joseph Yuma Boakai government and intended to destabilize the CDC. Those schemes will fail, and the CDC will emerge stronger after all this. We are closely monitoring the situation. Those developments speak to the wider threat to Liberian democracy, where an overbreathing executive can interfere with the function of other two branches, thereby undermining checks and balances. And the statement continues there. We read that yesterday, and today there's a response from the majority bloc. I want us to take the conversation from here. Let's start with you, Josh, and then we're going to go around the table on this one.
Look, Nelson, I think President Boakai is responsible for everything that is happening. We will sit here and will say, "Oh, there are three separate branches of government, and nobody can interfere in the other one. The other one remains the same. The other one this." Nelson, that's fallacy. The thing is that we always like to believe the things that make us feel good, but not the truth. And that's why we get insulted on this live, because we say the uncomfortable truth to people is that, what is happening is President Boakai trying to exert his control over the legislature, especially the House of Representatives. He is trying to make sure that he gets somebody who is favorable to him at the House of Representatives. That's why he's trying to remove this man. And what's happening now is like the fight between we saw that a lot of money was exchanged. And that one I listened to Yege Kolowa, even though I don't like this guy, but I listened to him. He said the only way he will move himself from behind Speaker Kofa is Speaker Kofa agrees to withdraw the case, the bribery case at the LACC, because this case was taken over there in that the Boakai gave them money to share with people so that they will vote the speaker out, and that case is at the LACC. And these guys, one of the requests they are making to the speaker is to remove that case or to withdraw that case before they can come to the table to negotiate. And I think that's wrong. I think he should not do it. Look, let me tell you, for me, what I understand is that
Josh, when you say you think is wrong, he shouldn't do it. Are you already agreeing with the initial statement from the CDC chairman that what is happening now is the doing of the president? Is there any reason why someone should think that the legislature, being the first branch of government, cannot on her own make a decision with some of our majority members, make a decision as to who they want to become their speaker, or maybe to unseat the current speaker of the House of Representatives, void of any interference from the first from the executive branch of government?
Nelson, we can all remember, if we don't try to exercise a short memory span here, that before the leadership elections at, at the House of Representatives, this President Boakai, called lawmakers to his house to have a meeting. Nelson, we can come here and sugarcoat things and people be happy and they go home, but that will not heal us and will not give us knowledge. What we are here to do is to educate the people and tell them the undiluted truth of what is going on in our governance system. President Boakai is responsible for what is going on. He knows exactly what he's doing. Nelson, let me tell you for common fact, everything that is working over there is because of money. Let me tell you, the legislature have no power to get money. The only people that are collecting money for the government is the executive. So the executive, the money comes from the executive and goes to the legislature. So if they are not in the interest of the legislature, and especially with our people who in the legislature being people who are very poor, some of them borrow money to run their elections, this and that. So they need money, Nelson. So everything that is happening now is the executive bribing these people to make sure that they can put anything in the house and it succeeds. And that's what happened. So
Let me hold you there a bit and move to Emmy. Emmy, what's your take on this issue? Listening to the statements from both sides.
Yeah, Nelson, thank you. It's it's just the same blame game going around, Nelson. I don't know what I can tell you about that, but I know I don't want to believe. I don't know for sure, but I don't want to believe that President Walker has anything to do with this. Like we previously said when the whole thing started, Speaker Kofa haven't been anything like an obstacle to his government so far from what we've been seeing. So I don't know why he would want to gang up people, rile up people to do whatever is happening to him to do it to him. But according to the sedition, they always want to pass blame around. And so they will always, even if they stomp their toes, it's President Waka who did it. Yeah, I mean, there are village people that need to be taking some chicken to President Waka these days because nobody calling the village people anymore. It's all President Waka doing with everything. And I listened to a video today that what's his name? Lesnar. What's his name?
Dr. Lester.
Thank you. That is a sedition that telling us what has transpired before the whole saga. So maybe we should be listening to those people instead of listening to the people that are behind the secretary. The ones that who says on it, they will know more than people.
Who doesn't support Joe yet?
So
Anthony,
maybe
let's give Emmy her time.
you don't support President Waka either. So everything you say here, should we say you saying it because you don't support President Waka? I mean, come on, I don't see how that would. I mean, this man, he may not support him now, but he knows he been with everybody who support him, and he still talks to them. They're not enemies. He hear things. So I mean, if you want to throw that away, that's your problem. But I think I would listen to that, and it looks more like that than anybody would say President Waka wants to do something. I don't believe it. But it's just like anything that happens, it's all the president. It's President Waka. So we hear sitting talking. We wanted things to Vasco. They wanted something for the president to do something about all these things that is being done now. Now that he's doing it, oh, how dare he? Look, he didn't do that one yet. He didn't do nothing. This president does gonna do with me Vasco to come in and say anything or any solution to say anything better about him. So I'm not even holding my breath on that. So when I hear it, it's just like, okay, I already knew it. So what's the different thing? So I mean, It's just a blame game, and I'm glad those people came out and said what they had to
I mean,
say.
just listening to the majority block, listening to the points they're pushing, listening to the reporter that the president has no hand in this is meant to distract them. They are focused on removing the speaker and all of that. Beyond just a rebuttal, beyond just a response to something that has been said, an allegation that's been made against them. I mean, just making analysis of their statement, what they are saying. Do you see some reason to believe what the majority black is saying? Or do you see this as just a response that seeks to, save face or put one in a better position?
Well, it's I think there are a lot there was or there has been like that have been said about these people taking money from, like they said, from the vice president, and like what's his name? George just said, and the speaker has taken kids to the court saying that, oh, somebody bribe something, or
Yeah, the
all
name.
that other funny stuff. So I think that is important that they came out and said something about this, because there's something that is hanging out there. Who knows? Somebody went and make a video saying that, oh, these people bribe, or all this as well. No one knows the truth, right? So it's important that they come out and clear that side. And if it's true that Speaker Kofa has gone to court, I don't think Speaker Kofa would want to pursue something like that, which we all know, we heard it saying, bribing him before he became a speaker. So I don't think somebody would want to, and then some of those people that are on the majority side, they were on his side as well. That voted for him. So if they receive some of that money that was alleged that he also passed out, I don't think he want to pull rope and then rope pull in bush, and then I don't think because I think he's very smart about that. That he will want to do something like that. So all of these things I just with I don't know about Vice President Coon doing this or that. I don't want to put my neck on chopping before any Liberian politician. Okay,
Okay.
I seen over this few time. I know it's been a year since I started to pay attention to Liberian politics. I seen a lot of funny things that have been shady and that have been happening. But then again, I'm not gonna just hold somebody coming out and malign other side. Oh, they are like this, they are like that, they did this, they did that, and I want to take that as a fact or whatever. It could be distraction, like they said, to try to make them to say, oh, okay, instead of blaming the president, let's drop this thing because there's a lot of Unity Party people over there before it make the president looks bad and stuff like that. It could be that they thought it was going to happen. That's why people are saying this. So that's why Chairman Koga saying what he's saying. So
Thank you. Let me hold you there a bit more, Emmy. Let's bring Vasco in. I don't know what's happening with Vasco's
Vasco
webcam.
out. Vasco out.
Okay, so Vasco, I will have to put you out and get into it. Okay, Vasco, I don't know what's going on. You're coming in and out, but let's hear your take on this issue. You listen to the two communications, the claims and counter claims. Let's hear your take.
Yeah, Nelson, thank you. So, this thing is very glaring, right? This is something that you can see, you know where it came from. I know most of you guys here, if you can recollect after Fanatikofa won the election,
Mhm.
the president started to engage the Unity Party lawmakers. There
The
was a
president
meeting.
engaged them.
There was a meeting. After that meeting, Yeka Kuluba came up with noise that they were distributing certain amount of money. So some of the things that were discussed in that meeting, because if you listen to the speaker yesterday, the speaker said since I know March, the people been collecting signature to get him out. So this is a plain something
that the president is involved.
Okay. So Vasco, I'm sorry,
Let me get
we
going when Vasco come out.
moved
You
Anthony.
resume.
Go ahead, Anthony.
So, Nelson, I'm a proud member of ANC. I don't support CDC. I don't support Unity Party. I'm a nationalist. Anything that will bring relief to any Liberian in Liberia brings joy to me. You don't have to be a member of ANC or a member of any political party. The fact that you are Liberian and that relief comes to you, it will make me happy. It will make everybody happy. All we want is an administration that will work for all Liberians, regardless of your political stature, your economic stature, whatever the case may be. That's all we want. This whole thing going on right now between the two sides, it's just politics. That's why you find grown men and women who's supposed to make fundamental decisions for themselves. They are transporting them back and forth from the hotel to the Capitol building, from the Capitol building back to the hotel. They are not making fundamental decisions of their own. They are being coerced and they are being tutored as to how to speak. You were elected by your people to represent them. What they want is not what they put on the resolution. Every single one of them in the majority black, now single one of them on a committee. All those on the speaker side are those on the committee. The truth of the matter here, they want to be on committee. But they can't put that as a reason. They can't. I have District number 3 lawmaker from Grand Judea County on another platform again today, explaining the very same thing, that they have agreed. He himself have volunteered to be taking up the committee of education so other people can come there. If that will make them happy, they should come to the section so they can get on the committee. Because that 6 count is not what they're there for. They are there because not single one of them on a committee. So the Liberian people need to know the truth of the matter. So respect the Constitution of Liberia, give the speaker a due process, or don't go to work and don't take pay. But you can't say, I stole from you, and then you don't want to give my day in court. You can't say I lie on your name, but you don't want to give my day in court. Even a murderer has a day in court. You are entitled to a counsel. If you cannot afford one, a public defender will be appointed for you. That's the law. If you cannot afford a counsel, the state will provide a public defender for you. That's the law. You cannot say the speaker should be, yes, you have that right to remove your speaker, to elect your speaker, fine. If you don't have the 49, you can't hold the government hostage. Come to session. Maybe in the time of your deliberation, you may win over 1 or 2 hearts, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 persons. You never know. But holding the government hostage is the bad practice.
So Anthony, where exactly do you stand? Where exactly do you stand on this? And I want to get this from you, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly do you stand on this?
I stand on the side of the Constitution. If these guys in the majority,
we're not talking about the Constitution at this point.
Yeah,
we
but
read
where I stand now. Hey, you want to know my side?
We read 2 communications.
Yeah.
One side is claiming, one side is alleging that what is happening now is being fueled by the executive branch of government, that in fact the president is in the know and all of that. The other side is saying that, look, this is a distraction.
It will benefit this administration
on our own.
It will benefit this administration if they have a United Party speaker, of which they are putting forward. Right now, the majority black has Richard Kuhn as the presumptive speaker. He's the guy. They have already divided all the committee among themselves. Representative Jeremiah Sokan, District number 1, Grand Judea County, will be on the oversight committee. They have distributed all the different committees already. These guys in the majority black, even though they don't have power yet, but they have already distributed all the committees. So this thing is about committees. It's not, because money is in the committee room. Decisions are made in everything you will see on the floor. It's just formality. It's just formality. Real decisions are made in committee rooms. We don't get to be there. We don't get to see it.
Thank you. Thank you. Vasco, you want to go? Then we take Mobile finally. You are muted, Vasco.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Nelson, anytime you see me leaving a show like that, you know the people that be doing the thing. That Army was calling me again. They see how she go now. The moment I start talking, about Baga Jenna again, she will start calling me again.
Flip flop on. I don't know.
Come on, Vasco. Vasco, you are accusing. This is an allegation. We have I'm not sure Emmy will be calling you.
I would say they call something to you so you can see it. So, but let me just conclude, Nelson. Like I was saying, though the president is involved in the thing. So, and today I saw a post from Yanti Tokpa from OKFN. He said he discussed with few the communication you just read, right? He went to the anti-Kufa block and discussed with few lawmakers, and they admitted to him that the president is trying to intervene.
1026.
And Jeremiah Kuhn is the one to take the lead to discuss to his colleagues to drop arm, because they know very well that Kufa will not resign. So no matter how they sit down over there from now to they say 2-3 months to be in RLJ, Kufa will not move from over there. Even if they can get a 29 memo, they still got to go over there for the due process. So they know now we're going into a constitutional crisis, serious problem. So who will be the victim? The time is running. We're going one year. We're almost going to a year now. The United Party government haven't done anything for our Liberian people to benefit. Nothing at all. 1 year coming finish. So now you're going into constitutional crisis. Who will be the victim? The Liberian people. And when the Liberian people start to go against you, you don't know their next move. So you better do the honorable thing. You know, political money don't have receipt. So that money by the government already not using like government money. No receipt. So the people that collected it, they finish eating their own. Then they go by and look for a new strategy again. Fanatikofa will stay with as a speaker. Nobody will move. Let's see, she don't come back again. She come and call.
That's an allegation.
No,
what are you talking about?
I can put in a chat room, Jenna, so you see your knee on it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vasco.
What is he talking about? I wasn't here. What Vasco said about me?
No, I stopped on me for you to call me. I said you won't call me.
I think Vasco, you need to get.
No, right now on my phone do not disturb, so I know she trying.
No, do not disturb. You need to get another gadget you can use to come on.
He said I call him.
Yeah,
Vasco, you are former President George.
It's a grave allegations, and
when you are going to the States, you pass the former President George Weah, and he blessed you. He blessed you. You told us that former President George Weah touched your hair. He blessed you, and he touched your account. He touched your account. He touched your account. Now I'm talking about that abstract blessing.
No, blessing. That's my computer right here, but I just love the.
I challenge anyone to go back 7 years of me.
I got it in a year
on video.
I just love my phone.
7 years. Go on my Facebook profile. Type Anthony Gay.
All right, so guys,
you don't see yourself yet.
We have to go. Let me bring.
See you on the show, yeah.
Mobile, please go ahead.
Look, thank you, Nelson. Look, I listened to my colleagues discussing about the president here in moving the speaker. Look, you know, sometimes when we come here, we contradict ourselves a lot. The same people we listen to on various shows and other platforms. Oh, anything the president said, for another go back and say yes to it. So sedition, so they want Muhin. Everybody angry. The president, the former president, all angry. They want Muhin. So he got to move. So sometimes we just get confused. You get all a group saying this, and you get the other group saying this. To tell you they are not set. They just say whatever they want to say. We are evident, we are nothing. Why would the president of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador Joseph Yema Boakai, will want to take the speaker who answered to his call. Common sense. You get a child in the hall, your child obedient. When you say dad, they say, yes, sir, papa. But end of the day, you say you want to send that child to go live somewhere. So you the parent me that you not get sense. Or you the father or the mother for that child, you not get sense. The child obedient. They live in the house. But you say, you know what? Go live with your auntie, go live with your uncle. You the father of that child, you not get no sense. So it's the same category of this. The speaker is working along with the president, but the president wants to see the president, he wants to see the speaker. You got sometimes when you're talking, after the show, you go listening to yourself to see what you can be, to listen to what you'll be saying. Because this president is working along with Fanatic Kofa, there will be no way the president will go against Fanatic Kofa. It's just because of greed. And my brother Anthony said it really. Everybody won't be on concession. They won't be on the other, I call it, the other play to be getting free money. That knows the costing. Why will all group men leave their house, that prospective horses, and go sit down in hotel? Because you know what? They want to leave everybody. First of all, they trust each other. Because the moment they start going to the house, the phone calls start coming in. And when phone calls start coming in, what happens? People will start, you know what? They will follow the right decision. But because of that, irresponsible men, they go sit and say in hotel. You get your family home, but you go sit down hotel.
That is very wrong for you to be
And
calling.
which, of course, we, the Liberians, and the speaker will not sit and watch the constitution be murdered. We're not agree.
Let me say this. Let me say this. No, Moba. Those people are our national leaders. You can call them the way you just.
They say when our child are behaving like a child, when we men are
those are
behaving like a man, they
responsible
are not
people
behaving like a leader.
elected by thousands of Liberians.
Now, some of those people want to, some of those people want to
No,
people.
I'm coming, Moba. For the sake of the platform,
Go ahead.
People who follow this show are not just Liberians. There are other nationalities who follow this show. We can come on the platform and be referring to our national leaders in such a way. We may have disagreement with them.
I take it back, but I was still what I want to say, Nelson. I take it back. But listen, Nelson, there will be no way people will leave their family and go sit somewhere. Just that coherence is negative. Just to take somebody who doing the work of the Liberian people. We all may not agree. We're not 100%.
It's called camping, Baba. It's called camping.
Yes. What you call camping? What you call camping?
They're working.
There's not working.
They're not doing like a good job.
Nursing. I mean, my sister. I mean, they are not working.
Okay, so,
over there. Nursing. You already ate 2 or 3 minutes of my time. They're over there because majority of them over there they getting money, and secondly, when you go there, you not get money. Why the Samuel Koga, who the head of the whole organization of taking or removing the speaker, why they go to the house? Because you know what? All of them they trust each other. All of them they didn't trust each other. Because the moment they leave, one person will call say, you know what? I'm out. The other person say I'm out. They will not agree. So they will go over there, use the Liberian people money while they are nursing man, I'm enjoying. So now I'm talking, you just no problem.
Yeah, I know you. I know you in a political mood today. I know you drank. I know you you ready to explain.
Speaker. Nobody will take it off. If you want to take it off, go to the constitution and the law. I don't read the constitution and nursing.
Thank you very much, Mama. Don't show her, and we believe it. When you say you read the constitution, we believe it. Look, Mama, you don't have to show it to us. We believe you. But
no, but
listen, guys, we are out of time.
I agree.
I've just been
so we'll come on the show, Nelson. 30 seconds, we'll come on the show. We'll make sure we read our constitution before we come on the show. Okay, that's
but Nancy, anytime we talk here, we gotta be putting it because the women try to confuse people who just maybe ran away.
Let me say this, guys. We have to go. We're seriously out of time. I've been signaled to by our technical team that we're out of time. Really? I want to say thanks to everyone. Thank you, Vasco, for being here tonight. Mr. Sumo, the
So
people
we'll not
of
do our closing.
the CDC Republic, the people of Lofa County, and everybody appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Anthony Gay, Mr. Cummings. Loves what you do here. He appreciates you as well. Thanks a lot, Anthony Gay. Thank you, Mr. George Widow. The people of the CDC Republic, they say they appreciate you. They love what you do. Moba Zoka, the newest spokesman for Speaker
The Boaka
Kofa.
kept.
No, the man is.
My man, I was staying with Speaker Kofa all day.
We
All
appreciate
day.
you.
Well, nobody said you shouldn't stand with him, but to say people
And,
because they are a hotel, they are irresponsible.
Emmy,
That's just
Emmy,
Let them go to their
Emmy,
houses. Let them move on
Emmy,
hotel.
we
it
appreciate
doesn't
you.
they can be
There is somebody in
irresponsible
the
at their
comment section.
houses. It doesn't
Nelson,
matter.
on Monday,
Emmy,
we
we
bring them
appreciate
on
you
the
as
show. They
well
say
for
they're going
being
to
here.
impregnate people.
And I want to say this, guys. I want to say this.
Send
As
them
much
the link. Then they come on the show. You see Raymond
as
running away from me that.
much as we are all here, speaking on those different national issues, we owe it to ourselves to present the best image we can present about our country. We can disagree with our national leaders, but there are certain things we don't say to our national leaders on a platform like this. So who knows? Tomorrow may be Anthony Gay, a senator somewhere. He will want for people
By the grace
But
of God.
we are modeling you because I'm not driving.
and at the end of the day,
That will
at
be
the end of
begging
the
me
day,
for interview. That you talking about your
at
money.
the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, um, yeah, at the end of the day, we all owe it to our country, to speak out on those issues, to get the best for our country. I know we all come up here because we love Liberia, but let us do it in a way that it will it will present a very good image. It will have a very good outcome.
So
Again, we want
you think you want to tell people that been doing our closing?
Nelson, can we do something for our audience?
Thanks.
Can we select one or two person from the audience and just bring it on the show one day? Because some of them can be trending. They want to come on the show.
Yeah,
They just
we'll
do them
discuss
a
that
favor
in the
one day.
background. We'll discuss that in the background, but we're out of time now. So
No
thanks to
problem.
everyone for being here. We
I
appreciate you guys.
closing.
Have a good night.